So, what's the opposite of condemning or criticizing someone? I would say it's probably understanding someone. So, whenever we feel the need in life to criticize someone, it's typically due to our inability to understand what they're doing. And, I know you've probably heard this before, but typically we judge what we don't understand. We judge what we can't relate to. And there's a lot in life we can't relate to, especially with the people we interact with every day. So, how can we use this knowledge to better our relations with people? It's really simple. So, one of the biggest things that causes angst and bad relationships is the fact that you subconsciously criticize the people that you interact with every day. And if you can just become aware of these little criticisms you have when you're comparing other people with your own mental blueprint or your own blueprint of your life, what happens is you criticize that person. You criticize a lot of people as you go through your day. There's a quote, I don't know the exact words of it, but how big a man is judged by how he treats the small men or the smallest men he encounters. So being great in terms of your relations with people does not necessarily mean you have this stellar, amazingly connected social life with immense opportunity. Sometimes it means, that you can appreciate the homeless guy on the sidewalk or the disabled person walking, trying to get into an elevator, or, the drug addict, or the person in your life that may be a close friend of yours that just isn't taking the action that they should be taking in their life to achieve their dreams. Maybe they don't have dreams. And if you're someone who does have huge dreams and, works extremely hard towards them, it's going to be hard for you to accept that and to genuinely really look into them as a person and still appreciate them. But it's so important to do that. It's so important to understand people, to make that a habit of yours. So, how do you make this a habit of yours? Well, I think one of the best ways is to just remind yourself that you are not the Constitution. You are not doctrine. What you do is not any set of rules that other people need to follow. It doesn't work that way. Everyone has their own experiences, their own knowledge, and their own connections in life and opportunity and just everything, right? Everyone has their own version of reality and of what is possible and what is not possible. And the reason I started off this video and compared understanding the criticism is because I think I've learned that criticism, in no matter how slight or how minute it shows up in my life, it never ever ends good, no matter what, even if it's subtle, right? And when I really internalized this, which is an ongoing journey for me, I realized that if I could just break down a bit of my own internal compass, my own internal blueprint, if I could break down a bit of it and just make it not so strong to the point where I can't even understand people who don't fit within my blueprint, if I could just break that down a bit, could I listen better? Could I be a better connector with people? Could I love more? Could I be a better, more loving person, more forgiving person? And at the moment, you know, this was just something I didn't really process until now. Now I can put words on it. And, you know, the answer really is, yeah, I could have done it, and I did do it, and I continue working on it, and I plan on continuing to work on it, and by no means have I reached mastery of this. But always remember that when you are in a state of criticism, no matter how small it is, if you are critiquing anyone, you need to look at yourself, not at that person. And you obviously don't want to take this to a point where you're a pushover and you're understanding everyone and everything that you ever encounter and never putting your foot down and you know, speaking what you want. I'm huge on goal setting, right? So I fully believe that if you have any dignity in yourself and self-confidence, you should get what you want in life, but you should also make people feel not just good, but great about themselves in the process. Because what's the point of accomplishing whatever the hell it is you want to accomplish if all you're going to do is make people feel less than you, less worthy, less capable, less intelligent? It's not worth it. You can achieve whatever you want to achieve. I really believe that. In whatever domain, in as many things as you want, you know, given the time that you have. But once you achieve it, you know, this is one thought that I have sometimes is, if I achieve my biggest goal, which I won't disclose right now, and at the end of it all, I'm known as a bad father, or I'm known as a bad partner, an unfaithful partner, or I'm known as an asshole to 80% of the people I dealt with and formed connections with, was it worth it? Was it really worth it? We live in a world where we've lost the importance, I think, of face-to-face and human communication in a lot of ways. But at the end of the day, everything we do, whether it be in business or anything else, is to serve other people and to provide for a better world. And, you know, you might have the most noble goal ever, but if at the end of it, when you achieve it, there are too many people that aren't on your side. I mean, I don't say this like obviously you don't want to be, like I said, a pushover. You're gonna have a lot of haters, especially if you're achieving big things and doing unique things that point out the flaws in other people. You're gonna get critiqued, and you have to understand that. You have to really forgive the critiques that you're gonna get for doing something different and being the best version of yourself like 90% of people are not being. You are pointing out a flaw in other people by being the best version of yourself. And when you surround yourself with others who are striving to be the best version of themselves, they support you because they believe they can do it. So then they'll support you to do it because they already know they can do it. They don't need to critique you, because at the end of the day, when they're going to bed at night and they close their eyes, they're breathing in air of belief, whereas other people aren't. And those are going to be the people who critique you. What I'm saying is, don't let this make you a pushover, but, you know, stand your ground, but always be aware of whether or not you are understanding people as you chase your dreams. Don't critique anyone, no matter how far off the path of your dreams they are. Don't critique them. Understand them. Your stress will reduce, and your path towards success will be a whole lot smoother. Thanks, guys.